What's the personality type of Ethan and Hila Klein? In today's video, we're going to try and figure that out.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars later, we slammed this bitch, dude! Yes! We won the court case! Yes!
I never thought I would be making this video.
Alright, so right off the bat, one of the most fun things about Ethan and Hila is how different they are. Ethan's more extroverted, Hila's more introverted. Ethan's super open, flexible, spontaneous, more on the chaotic side, and Hila's a lot more cautious, reserved, structured, and planned out. Big picture, Ethan definitely seems like he's one of the 4 EP personality types that's quite open to novelty, naturally pushes things in the outside world to dig up new connections, possibilities, explore, discover. Whereas the fingerprint match that makes the most sense for Hila is that she's probably one of the 4 IJ personality types that likes taking some extra time to stew on things, observe. IJ personality types are also naturally great at stabilizing things, bringing more order and structure to situations. So big picture, Ethan and Hila, an EP personality type with an IJ personality type. Such a fun, interesting combo. Definitely different, but in their case, very complementary. All right, now let's get a little more specific, starting with Hila.
Why are you holding a chicken?
It's Thanksgiving.
It's not even a turkey.
It's Thanksgiving. I wanted to do a good proposal this time, unlike last time. So I hid your wedding band in this turkey.
Oh my god.
I want to say...
Why?
Will you marry
Why
me?
did you do that?
Are you happy?
No.
She found it! Oh!
This is disgusting.
Hila, will you marry me?
No.
Will you marry me?
No. I'll take the
Is
baby
the
wipes.
baby wipes better?
One of the most striking things about Hila is how she doesn't adjust herself at all to her surroundings. Other people, other people's emotions, social norms, outside expectations. Hila's personality type does not use extroverted feeling. Do you see here how Hila isn't really looking around, checking in with other people's needs, emotions, reactions, expectations in order to make adjustments and react in an appropriate way? You notice how she never changes her face for other people. She's not performative at all. She doesn't force smiles just to make the other person feel more comfortable, feel more seen and heard.
Are we perfect for each other?
What is perfect?
Exactly.
Hila just sort of does her own thing and reacts in the way that feels natural, comfortable, and authentic to her. All the expressive emotions that pop up on Hila's face are totally unfiltered. That's actually what she's feeling. Because she doesn't care about outside social norms and expectations, she only reacts when she wants to, when she feels comfortable, and in an extremely authentic way. This is a signal that Hila's personality type definitely uses something called introverted feeling, a personality superpower that lets certain personality types be naturally really good at checking in with what deeply feels right to them, and shooting off their individuality in a very expressive, unfiltered way. This introverted feeling personality superpower is a huge strength for all the FP personality types, but catch them at the right moment, and it actually shows up quite a bit with all the TJ personality types as well.
I'm so thankful for you, dude. This is not a joke, but you complete my life.
Thank you.
You see how Hila's feeling embarrassed, awkward, nervous, and that's the emotion that's getting prioritized, expressed. Her inner personal feelings are the signal that's getting broadcasted. That's what introverted feeling is all about. But if you notice Ethan, spoiler alert for later, do you see what he's checking in with? What he's focused on?
You
Say to me?
This is too embarrassing.
Did you want to return the compliment?
Yeah. You complete my life.
Thank you. Wow, thank you. Do you mean it? Thank you. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you.
Even though Hila's personality type clearly values introverted feeling, I don't think she uses that or prioritizes that at full blast all the time. In her everyday life, I think Elis Strength is actually her extroverted thinking, which basically means Hila's personality type has a side that's quite task-oriented, goal-oriented. She's quite good at executive decision-making, resource management, systems thinking.
Interestingly, intuitively, I think you're a great producer in that you're always focused on the task and getting shit done. You're good at managing stuff, and you're perfect at that. I think that's the secret to our success, is that I am awful at managing my own life, or anything for that matter. That's a perfect balance, I think, there.
All the TJ personality types that use extroverted thinking all the time are amazing at looking at things impersonally to get things done and push towards goals.
It depends if I have a mission in my head, or like if it's a shoot, or if we want to get a video done and we're missing a prop. So it's like, no, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that prop.
Right.
I'm going to find it.
Whenever they encounter a problem, a goal, an obstacle, it's really easy for them to reverse engineer what steps are necessary to accomplish that goal, to push through that obstacle and effectively get the job done.
But you can also be very assertive. I've seen you assert yourself well beyond what I would be comfortable with when I see Elis going like, I'm going to this person's door and I'm telling them they got a problem. And I'm like, I'm just standing back on the sidewalk and watch from here. It's
like this fuse that, like, if I get upset, then it's like, it's a short, there's like a little fire. Right. And it's very short.
Right.
And then when it, like, it goes.
Right.
Then I'm like, I get upset.
This bitch needs to go down.
Yeah.
Do you see how extroverted thinking with some clumsier introverted feeling underneath can be a sneaky, fiery combo? Assertive, executive, task-oriented, goal-oriented, but with that passion, inner well of personal feelings underneath.
Flirting back, you didn't say something.
Okay, correct the record, bitch. The guy, the 16-year-old showed them.
You didn't say bitch to me.
No, not you. I was talking to Charles James Charles. I would never call you that.
Just making sure.
Calm down. I would never do that. Jesus, scared the shit out of me.
In general, ITJ personality types can be very stoic. They're very pragmatic, unemotionally dealing with things, executing on things all the time. But deep down, there is that little bit of introverted feeling there that does take things a little more personally, that can lash out and react a lot more emotionally if pushed too far.
If I have a problem with Spectrum, then I'll call them and I'll be like, get your shit together, you know?
Sometimes I'm like, ooh, but look, it works, man.
From the personality patterns that popped up watching HILA KLEIN, an IJ personality type that uses extroverted thinking and introverted feeling, my thoughts are that HILA is probably an ISTJ personality type. INTJ is also sort of possible, but out of those two, I think ISTJ is a slightly better fingerprint match. Before we continue to Ethan, I want to share with you guys a big, exciting announcement. I noticed there's a lot of you guys interested in seeing more analysis, longer analysis, the super in-depth stuff that normally I cut out of my videos because it's a little too complicated for beginners. And so, for those of you who've been asking about more content, more in-depth content, behind the scenes this past month, I've been working really hard to put together a Patreon filled with exactly the content you've been asking about. Bonus analysis, longer analysis, in-depth interviews with specific personality types, a monthly live stream, and a video podcast unpacking specific Myers-Briggs topics and questions much more in depth. If any of that content interests you, if you want to support the channel in this new way, I made this Patreon specifically for you. All right, let's get back to analyzing some Ethan Klein.
Because I'm sitting here like, you guys seeing this or what? It's like there's like a fat, like freshly baked chicken. And it's dank and it smells good. It's on the table and everyone's just walking by. And I'm sitting and there's like this bomb-ass chicken.
You could say like ice cream, like white chicken.
And I'm like, anyone seen this? And everyone's walking by like they don't smell it and shit. And I'm like, no one wants to bite of this? Kind of a strange analogy, but it works for me.
One of the most charming, captivating things about Ethan is his ability to go completely off the script, take things in super random directions without batting an eye, without getting worried or overwhelmed at all.
She brings out like all this jewelry and she's like, Ethan, take any one of these rings. They're like these amazing like diamond and jewel encrusted rings. She's like a fucking pirate. She's got like a chest of like jewelry. She's like, Ethan, just take. She's like bribing me at this point. I was like, Mom, right now. It's like, I don't know. I didn't think about it. I don't have any idea. She goes, propose to Elis right now, or basically you're not my son anymore.
She did not.
She didn't say it quite like that, but the tensions were high.
Ethan's personality type is clearly comfortable using something called extroverted intuition, a personality superpower that's all about exploring new random connections and possibilities in the outside world that normally people wouldn't go for, expect, or think of.
And I get this brilliant idea. And at the time, we had just started using baby wipes, right? Yeah. And I was like really into baby wipes. It was like a revolution in my life. And I think to myself, wouldn't it be so funny if I put the ring like in the pack of baby wipes? This sounds worse. This sounds worse than I remember.
All the NP personality types that use extroverted intuition all the time are really enamored by the idea of things. They love playing around with the what ifs, the what could be's. So their humor, thoughts, conversations often jump all over the place. Ooh, I've never thought of this before. It might be silly. It might be useless. But what if there's something here?
But you're right. Most proposal stories are like, we jumped out of a plane.
Yeah.
Wizard cast us into another dimension where everything's made of rose petals.
The next interesting pattern I noticed watching Ethan were a lot of signals of extroverted feeling. Do you see how Ethan's animating himself, being more emotional, expressive to get a reaction out of Hila? He's performing. In contrast to Hila, who doesn't make adjustments to how she emotes, expresses for other people, Ethan actually does.
We had this brilliant idea. We'll sell the weed and keep the money.
Yeah.
Instead of smoking the extra.
That wasn't introverted feeling self-expression fueled by an inner well of personal feelings and emotions bubbling up. Ethan's obviously expressing himself like this for Hila. His emotional, expressive side is more externally motivated. That's sort of what extroverted feeling is all about. Personality types that use extroverted feeling are naturally clued into other people's emotional reactions, needs, expectations. They're naturally keeping track of people dynamics, social dynamics in a group, and making adjustments accordingly. Do you see how much Ethan naturally glances over at Hila to catch her reactions, to gauge whether or not he's properly engaging her? Even personality types that have clumsy, lower priority extroverted feeling have this read the room behavior. Do you see how Ethan completely stops his personal self-expression to make space for Hila? He adds in nods and social niceties to be more accommodating, be more conscientious. When extroverted feelers want to, need to, they're pretty good at smoothing over social situations. They enjoy adjusting their personality, self-expression to balance other people out, foster camaraderie, group harmony, and smooth over tense, awkward social situations. All that being said though, it's not like Ethan's Mr. Conscientious, Mr. Nice Guy all the time.
Just because you were offended by a joke doesn't mean that the joke was inherently offensive.
One thing I noticed watching Ethan is that when he doesn't feel like performing, turning on that super active extroverted feeling behavior, he actually doesn't really emote or react much at all. He's actually a little emotionally detached. He can be very matter-of-fact, blunt, unbothered. Like when Ethan's actually critically questioning things, or when he's being questioned, or even in the 45-minute video where he was explaining the toxic frenemies situation, you can see Ethan actually prefers to sort things out, clarify things in an unemotional, detached, logical way.
Did you read the article? You kept saying in that video, I don't understand that anecdote. Who bought the alcohol?
Even though Ethan clearly knows how to use extroverted feeling, his strength is actually his introverted thinking. A logical decision-making style is very critical. It's all about filtering out bias and sorting things out in an unemotional way to find more accuracy, correctness, and personal clarity.
There's almost no way to excuse David if you believe the girl. It doesn't make any sense, Jeff.
I decided to post the vlog.
I just fundamentally disagree. I feel that people are apologizing for too much shit. Maybe I am being childish about it. I mean, the joke itself was childish to begin with. But to say that I owe you or anybody an apology is just, it's not true. I don't.
All the TP personality types that use this introverted thinking personality superpower all the time are constantly asking themselves, what actually makes logical sense to me? This is the side of Ethan that likes to split hairs for a very, very long time, go really into things.
Because it was about you get to censor it? And by the way, it wasn't like she was exposing you. She said, so hold on. Is it you didn't erase it because it wasn't relevant to the chick? Not like wandering eyes.
It is.
It doesn't mean he's unfaithful in any way. Just looking. I mean, you have no intention. I don't see it. I don't see it the way you see it.
Ian attractive. Like, where is it going? You know, it's only gonna be bad.
There's no one more attractive than you, Hila. That's where you're wrong.
I don't.
There's nobody else in the world. An attractive girl is like opening a picture of Beetlejuice. It's the same shit.
Fine.
Could be a dude's hairy butthole with poop coming out. Yeah, the same way.
From the personality patterns that popped up watching Ethan Klein, super strong extroverted intuition with some introverted thinking, as well as some extroverted feeling and introverted sensing. I'm pretty sure Ethan Klein is an ENTP personality type. If you guys want to see bonus clips, extra analysis on why I think Ethan Klein is an ENTP, there's a bonus video you can find right now on the Patreon link down below. If you're new to the channel and enjoyed today's video, I'm pretty sure you're also going to enjoy this video right here or this video right here. You are the change maker of your own life. Let's think more deeply. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace. Bye.